In this class we will discuss about optimal binary search tree. So before discussing about optimal binary search tree, let us discuss about some basic terms. What is a binary tree? A binary tree is a tree data structure where each parent node has at most two child nodes. Let us see the example. If we see, except the leaf nodes, all the parent nodes have at most two child nodes. If you see in this diagram, node 2 has two child nodes, node 5 has only one child node. That means a binary tree is a tree in which each parent node consists of at most two child nodes. Maximum we can have two child nodes for any parent node except the leaf node. Next, what is a binary search tree? So in a binary search tree, the left child contains values less than or equal to the parent, and the right child contains values greater than the parent node. So consider an example like this. So this is an example for a binary search tree. So here if you see, always the left child is less than the parent and the right child is greater than the parent. So here 8 is there. So the left child is 3, it is less than 8. The right child is 10, it is greater than 8. So like that each and every node consists of may contain at most two child nodes, and the left child should be less than or equal to, and the right child should be greater than or equal to the parent node. Let us consider some set of elements are there. We are having some set of elements. So here I have taken some elements like this 10, 20 and so on 70. So a key value is given. So now our purpose is to search whether the key element is present in the given list or not. For example, a key element is 40. Then we need to check whether that element is present in the given list or not. If the element is present, the element is found. If the key value is not present, then the element is not found. For the purpose of searching, we have different search methods like linear search, binary search, and also we are having a data structure called binary tree. So we can use the binary tree for searching purpose also. So now let us quickly construct a binary search tree with these elements. The tree looks like this. So here the left child is less than the parent and the right child is greater than the parent. So here what is the benefit of arranging the elements in the form of binary search tree means it is useful for searching. If you arrange the elements in the form of binary search tree, then it is very useful and we can easily search element present, whether an element is present in the tree or not. Suppose if I want to find, if I want to search an element 50, first I will start from the root node. So I will check whether the root node is 50. So the root node is less than the given value. So I will check in the right side. So I will come to 60. So 50 is less than 60. So I will travel in the left side. So 50 is equal to 50. Now I will display that the element is found. For searching an element in the binary tree, the maximum time is taken when the element is present in a leaf. For example, if you consider this binary search tree, for searching the leaf node, it will take more time. So maximum time is taken for searching an element present in the leaf. So here the maximum time is going to depend on the height of the tree. So the height of the tree is given by log n. If you consider the binary search tree, the height of the binary search tree is always log n. So quickly consider an example. Suppose you are given some three elements, a set of three elements are there. So if I if I construct a binary search tree, how many trees are possible? So here 5 different trees are possible. So I can construct like this 10. So 20 is greater than 10, that's why I have taken it as a right child. Next the remaining element is 30. So 30 is greater than 20, so that's why again right side. So this is one tree organization. So like that I can construct 5 different binary search trees. So these are the different tree organizations. So for this 3 elements, how many binary search trees are possible means 5 different binary search trees are possible. Suppose if you are given n elements, then the formula is 2n cn divided by n plus 1. For example, if I take the n value as 3, so here 63 divided by 3 plus 1. So you already know about the formula NCR is equal to n factorial by n minus r factorial into r factorial. If we cancel that one, finally we are going to get the value as 5. Now consider the cost of searching the elements in each tree. So here there are 5 binary search trees. So here for searching this element, how many comparisons we have to make? Only one comparison. Why? Because it is present in the root node. So in the first comparison itself we can find this element. So for searching this element, how many comparisons are needed? 2 comparisons. So I have to travel the in the root. So after that I have to come here. 2 comparisons are required. For finding this element, how many comparisons are required? 3 comparisons are required. So totally, so how many comparisons or how much time is needed for searching the elements present in this tree? 1 plus 2 plus 3, that is equal to 6. So similarly, if you have find out the number of comparisons for searching, so out of all these trees, one tree has got less number of comparisons. If you see this tree, so here the searching time is less. So 1 plus 2 plus 3, that is equal to only 5. So in remaining trees the searching time is 6 only. So here the cost of searching is minimum in this tree. So that's why this tree is called balanced binary search tree or height balanced binary search tree. If we arrange the elements in the form of the tree shown in figure C, in this figure, we will get the optimal searching time, that is 5. So now we will discuss about optimal binary search tree. So you are clear about balanced binary search tree. Now we will see about optimal binary search tree. Consider you are given some elements 10, 20, 30, 40, 4 elements are given. So here you are given some frequencies also for these elements. This means that all the elements are not searched with the same frequencies. Some elements are searched frequently and some elements are rarely searched. For example, if you see here, so if you consider the element 10, so the frequency is 4. So out of all these elements, which element is frequently searched? This element is frequently searched. So which element is rarely searched among all these elements? This element is rarely searched. Now we have to find the tree arrangement such that the cost of searching the elements is minimum. The tree is known as optimal binary search tree. So what is meant by optimal binary search tree? We have to arrange the elements in the form of a tree such that the cost of searching the elements will be minimum. So in optimal binary search tree, we are going to consider the frequencies of the elements and we are going to construct a binary search tree such that the cost of searching the elements will be as minimum as possible. That is known as a optimal binary search tree. The optimal binary search tree can be solved using dynamic programming. So in dynamic programming, we are using a tabulation method for solving this problem, optimal binary search tree problem. So here you have given the 4 elements 10, 20, 30 and 40. These are the indexes. So the frequencies are also given. So here in tabulation method we are going to draw a table. So how many rows should be present in the table means, so here you have given 4 elements, so that's why consider 5 rows and 5 columns. Consider I for rows, I represents the rows and j represents the column. So we have to fill this table with some values. So how I got these values I will explain to you. So for filling the table with these values, we are having a formula. So the formula is C of I comma j is equal to minimum of C of I comma k minus 1 plus C of k comma j plus W of I comma j, where k is greater than I and less than or equal to j. So here the k becomes the root node, and W of I comma j is equal to sigma I plus 1 to j Fi. So Fi means nothing but the frequency. So C of I comma j means the cost, it represents the cost, and W of I comma j represents the weight. So here we want to fill the values into the table. So you know about dynamic programming. So dynamic programming says that the problem can be solved by taking sequence of decisions. So before we want to take a sequence of decisions, first we need some data. So in order to get some data, we are going to draw the table. So in this table, how we are going to get the data means, by applying this formula we are going to get this data. So in the steps which I will tell, you clearly understand about how we are going to get these values. Consider step 1. Consider the cost of reaching the same node. Suppose you are present on a node, so the cost of reaching the same node means cost of 0 comma 0 is equal to 0 only. So you are present on in the same node, so in order to reach the same node means the cost is 0. C of 1 comma 1 is equal to 0, C of 2 comma 2 is equal to 0, similarly 3 comma 3 equal to 0, and 4 comma 4 is equal to 0. That means if you see, the cost of reaching the same node is always 0, so fill the diagonal elements as 0 in the table. Now I am going to fill all the diagonal elements in the table as 0. So let us see this one. So this is a table. So the cost of reaching from 0 to 0, 1 to 1, 2 to 2 is 0 only. So I have filled the elements as 0 in the diagonal. Now consider the cost of reaching one node distance, that is cost of traveling from 0 to 1, like 1 to 2, similarly 1 to 3 and 3 to 4. So if you see here, so 0 to 1 you have to travel one node, so 1 to 2. So here this is 2 to 3, make it as 2 comma 3, and this is 3 comma 4. How we have get these values? See here. So if you consider here, these are the elements which you have given to you, 10, 20, 30, 40, these are the frequencies. So the cost of traveling from 0 to 1, so you are going to travel only one node, that is only 1 unit of time. So but what is the frequency? 4. That means 1 into 4 equal to 4. So similarly, the cost of reaching one node distance is nothing but the frequencies itself, 4, 2, 6 and 3. Next, consider step 3. So you have got the cost of reaching the nodes from 0 to 1, 1 to 2. So here you have to make a correction. This is 2 to 3 and similarly 3 to 4. So we have got these values. Copy these values into the table. So 4, 0 to 1 is 4, 1 to 2 is 2, like 3 to 1 to 2 is 2, and 2 to 3 is 6, and 3 to 4 is 3. So now you have filled up to these values. Now consider step 3. So consider the cost of reaching 2 node distances. That means 2 nodes you have to travel. So what are the different possibilities? You have to find the cost of reaching the node from 0 to 2, similarly 1 to 3, and similarly 2 to 4. So these are the possibilities. So you need to find the cost of the reaching the nodes all these 3. So by using the formula you are going to calculate. So this is a formula which I have already told you. So among these minimum values, k ranges from k will be greater than I and j, you are getting some terms here. Out of all those terms you have to take the minimum term. So in that minimum term, so this k value becomes the root node. That means that is a root node you have to travel in order to get that cost. So substituting the formula we get first we have to find out c of 0 comma 2. So substituting the formula we get c of 0 comma 2 is equal to minimum of c of 0 comma 0. So you can take the k value. The k value ranges from I to greater than I and less than or equal to j. So since it is 0, greater than 0 means what? 1. So that's why c of 1 comma 2 plus w of 0 comma 2. Next time it will become c of 0 comma 1 here. So that's why here it will become 2. So like that, k minus 1 and k. So by substituting the, how can you get these values? C of 0 comma 0 value, how you can get this one? So see the table. C of 0 comma 0 is equal to 0. So what is the C of 1 comma 2? See the table. C of 1 comma 2, 1 comma 2 is equal to 2. So substitute the value here. So 2. Next w of 0 comma 2. So this value can be computed by using this formula. So we are going to add all the frequencies from 1 to 2. So if we add the frequencies from 1 to 2, so what is the value you are getting? 1 to 2 frequencies is what? 4 and 2. 4 plus 2 is equal to 6. So that's why you have got the 6. So you need to substitute this frequency in each and every term. So that's why 6 and 6 is there. So minimum of 8 comma 10. So that is 8. So here the root node here in order to get this minimum cost, what will be the root node means? So this is the root node, that is a k value. So that's why I have write down in the power of that value. So now I have to note down the value c of 0 comma 2 is equal to 8 by traveling with the root node as 1. So I will copy this one into the table. C of 0 comma 2 is equal to 8. So C of 0 comma 2 is equal to 8 by traveling the root node as 1. Similarly, you are going to calculate the value, quickly calculate the value. C of 1 comma 3 is equal to, so this is the formula. So w of 1 comma 3 is equal to, you are getting 2 plus 6, that is equal to 8. So the minimum is what? 10. So how you have got this minimum value? By this term. So in this term, what is the k value? 3. So the root node will be 3. So copy this value, C of 1 comma 3 is equal to 10 in the table. C of 1 comma 3 is equal to 10. So the root node is 3. Next, so similarly you have to find what is the cost remaining. So we have find out these values, C of 0 comma 2 and C of 1 comma 3. Let's see C of 2 comma 4. C of 2 comma 4 is equal to minimum of C of 2 comma 2 plus C of 3 comma 4 plus W of 2 comma 4 comma C of 2 comma 3 plus C of 4 comma 4 plus W of 2 comma 4. So how you are getting these values means you are going to copy from the table. So what is this C of 2 comma 2? C of 2 comma 2 is equal to 0. C of 3 comma 4 is what? C of 3 comma 4 is equal to 3. Like that you are going to copy the values. So how you are going to get this value means so you are going to add the frequencies 3 to 4, that is 6 plus 3, that is equal to 9. So what is the minimum among these two values? 12. So how you have got this root means, so here this is the k value is the root node, so that is the 3. So like that you have completed the step 3. Now you are going for step 4. consider the cost of reaching the nodes, that means 3 nodes distance, that means you have to travel 3 nodes. So what are the possibilities here? 0 to 3 and 1 to 4. So how we are going to find this value means C of 0 comma 3 is equal to, by substituting the formula we are going to get these values. So these values are already available in the table, simply you are going to copy the values. So up to this we have completed. So we have completed this one, we have copied all these values into the table. Next we have to find out C of 0 comma 3 and C of 1 comma 4. C of 0 comma 3 and C of 1 comma 4. So here the weight is 12, and among these 3 values this is the minimum one. So what is the k value here? 3. So copy this value into the table. C of 0 comma 3 is equal to 20. C of 0 comma 3 is equal to 20, traveling the root node as 3. Similarly you are going to calculate C of 1 comma 4 by substituting the formula. So the value we will get is 16, the root node will be 3. C of 1 comma 4 is 16. C of 1 comma 4 is 16. So we have got these 2 values. Now we are going for step 5. Consider the cost of reaching 4 nodes distance, that is from starting node to ending node. Why? Because here you are given only 4 elements. So that's why this is the last step. So C of 0 comma 4 is equal to minimum of, so you are going to get all these values. So among all these values, so all these values are present in the table. We are going to substitute all these values, and finally you are going to get the minimum cost as 26 if you make the root node as 3. So the finally we have arrived at the solution. So copy this value into the table. So 26, finally we have calculated the minimum cost. So here the cost of 0 comma 4 is equal to 26 and the root node is 3. The cost of the optimal binary search tree is 26 and the root node is 3. Now how we have to generate the tree? So let us quickly see here. So the cost of traveling from the first node to the last node is 26 and the root node is 3. So that's why keep the root node as 3. So here the left contains less values and the right contains a greater value. So that's why, so the root you have to consider the cost of traveling from 0 comma 2. So if you consider the cost of traveling from 0 comma 2, see the table. Cost of traveling from 0 comma 2 is what? 8. So what is the root node there? 1. So that's why, so write here 1. So here if you see, so if you consider the cost from 3 comma 4 from the table, 3 comma 4 from the table, so what is the value here? 3. So what is the cost here? 3. So that's why, sorry, the cost of reaching from 3 comma 4 we have got it as 4. Now consider this side. So among these 0 comma 2, the left hand side is 0 comma 0 and the right side is 1 to 2. So here if you consider the table, so in the r of 1 comma 2, so here the root is 2. So here I am going to consider the index values, not the elements. So here the 3, 1, 4, all these are the indexes. So these are the indexes which I have taken. So in these indexes later I will substitute these elements. I am going to get the binary search tree. So like that, so if you consider here r of 1 comma 1 and r of 2 comma 2, so these are not available. So coming to the right hand side, so here left hand side 0 comma 2 and the right hand side will come r of 3 comma 4. So if you consider 3 comma 4, if you consider 3 comma 4, here the root is 4. So that's why you have to write here 4. So left side r of 3 comma 3 and right side r of 4 comma 4, these values are not available. Now substitute the elements present in these indexes. So the root is 30. So here the root is here the left child is 1, that is 10. So the right child is 40, that is fourth element is 40, and here it is not present 0 comma 0, 0 comma 0, 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, these are not present. So that's why in this side 1 comma 2, that is the second index, so that is 20. So finally we have constructed the optimal binary search tree. So here by constructing the optimal binary search tree, so we can easily search the elements with minimum cost. So that's about optimal binary search tree. So hope you understand this class. Thank you.